Yes, hello. Sushree, you are in Kanyakumari
Yes,
now?
I can. Yes, I'm currently in Kanyakumari
Okay.
as doing my training as assistant collector.
Oh, very good, very good. For which region? For particular
For
region?
which?
Any particular place or how is it?
No, it is district wise.
Okay.
Every IAS is sent to a particular district to do an 11-month district training. So here
Okay.
I am in Kanyakumari doing my district training.
Okay. Okay. Great, great, great. So it's
Yeah.
very happy to be back, like maybe after 2 years.
Yes,
So you were also in the
yes,
similar
after
process.
2 years.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. I think we spoke first time in January only, sir, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Jan.
Jan
Yes.
22, 23 maybe. 22, I think.
23 Jan, yes. No,
23.
23.
23, okay,
Yes.
okay. So it's been a journey from there, like this aspirants and to the IAS officers. So how do you feel?
Yes. I feel amazing. I feel very blessed and great.
Great, great,
Good.
great. And Kanyakumari is a little bit like developed place compared to other places. It's different, different. You
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
that.
It is the most developed district of Tamil Nadu.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, it is a developed place, yes.
Great, great, great. So it was a great pleasure to have Sushree, who is assistant collector in Kanyakumari district, and she is serving there from for next few months. She'll be there, and it's a great opportunity for all the other aspirants to discuss with her. Try to get the like essence, like how they are like discussing how what is the aspect which we need to be focused upon. All these things, okay? And she has got like
Yes.
179 in personality test, and she's from like BSc Agri, so she is like others, okay? So first you can just explain some of the things which you want to say, then we will ask the other aspirants. I think that would be better.
First, I would like to give two disclaimers. I am not an expert in this. I'm just one of the aspirants who just got cleared. That's it. And so please don't expect a lot from me. But and one more disclaimer is it also depends on the board. So I had a good board, Preeti Sudan ma'am. I could have secured better marks in interview, but there were some certain mistakes that I did in my interview, which I think those mistakes only reduced my marks to 179. Otherwise, I was expecting 190 plus, but I did not perform very well. So I can tell you my mistakes, and you can learn from them. And basically, it was my whole interview went for 25 minutes, I guess, and my entire interview was based on my DAF only. They did not ask me any current affairs or any news that was going on. So they asked me mostly their Preeti Sudan ma'am was there on the board. So her eyes went to that place where we had mentioned our hobbies and interests and our extracurricular activities. So I had mentioned my AELP program and that program that we do. I forgot the name. What is the name of that
Rave,
program? So where we go to the village,
Rave program,
Rave
rural cultural
program. Yes,
experience.
yes. So she, luckily for me, the village that I went to for my Rave program, she had worked in that village. So she
Oh, great.
started with that question only. Ki, I have also worked in that particular village, and tell me about it. How did you find that village? What were the crops grown in that village? Tell me the social issues of that village that which you thought that the women of the village faced. So, according to her, the women of the village were suffering from domestic violence, but I did not see any during my stay. So she
Mhm.
kept asking me that, "Ki, you did not see any domestic violence, any
Mhm.
other social issue?" I said, no, no, ma'am. I did not see. We stayed only for 4 months, so I did not see. But then I told her the other social issue. There was a double burden of women, how women were working in the fields also and at home also. So she asked about that place, and so we had a good 5 minute discussion on that particular village. What kind of crops? What were the farmers? Large farmers, medium farmers? Challenges of the farmers, like that. And then next, I think one of these favorite topics that was asked to me was this of agriculture about crop diversification, about how this rice wheat system is exploiting the resources, and how green revolution has exploited agriculture and the resources. So how can we move away from that? That question, I think I could have answered a lot better, but I gave a very generic answer to that. I remember I just said, sir, crop diversification is one of the ways we can reduce the exploitation of resources. And he wanted more from me. He wanted some solid answers, some good practical. I don't know what kind. He was absolutely not satisfied. He kept poking me. No, crop diversification is not the solution. We have been trying to do. Nobody is doing crop diversification, but I could not justify my answer properly. So at the end, he gave up. He was like, okay, no problem. And then, so that was the only question he asked me. He did not go to any other question because he was unsatisfied with my answers. And he kept saying no, no, no. And I kept giving generic answers. So the next panel member did ask me about my hobbies, which I had written mandala drawing as my hobbies. So he asked me about mandala only. So he didn't ask me about anything else, no agriculture, nothing, only mandala. Very random question, not even important question, I remember. So that went. Another person from the panel asked me about how there is a divide between that we are one of the biggest producers of, we have reached great heights in terms of food production, but still a major chunk of our population is sleeping hungry. So how are you going to bridge that production and hunger, that demand? How are you going to bridge that? So he asked me about that. So that also I remember I had learned this thing from some note. So I gave some answer. I don't know how much satisfied he was, but I gave my answer. And I then used a word asymmetry while giving that answer. So he went on to that, he caught that word. And he took 5 minutes discussing with me about how power asymmetry is very, very much entrenched in India at all levels. That also, there was another panel member who asked me about why have you taken agriculture as a course? Why not engineering or medical, which are the mainstream courses, and why agriculture? And I gave the honest answer, but I don't know if they liked it or not. I told them, sir, I was not interested in medical and engineering both, and I had to do some degree, and I had to do some professional course, and I had given ICR entrance. I got through, so I joined agriculture. And then he asked me, "Oh, so you're not interested in agriculture?" Then I was like, "Sir, I was not very aware of this." But then after I went into that course, I enjoyed it thoroughly. But then he said, "Oh, then that's how you became an agriculture graduate, because you didn't want to do engineering, so you ended up becoming an agriculture graduate. It is not your interest." So that's what he understood from my answer. Ki it's not my interest, and you didn't like maths, so you got into agriculture. That's it. So that I think I could have given a better answer for that. But I believe in my head, I believed if I'll be honest, then he will like it maybe, but I don't know if it worked or it didn't work. So that was it. And the other panel member asked me about Odisha, which is my native district, and I had done my agriculture course in BSc agriculture in Andhra Pradesh. So he also asked me, why did you move from Odisha to Andhra Pradesh? I Because there's an agriculture college OUAT in Odisha, and he knew about that. So he was like, why didn't you do it in Odisha, and why did you choose Andhra Pradesh? So I was like, it has a better ranking, sir. And I got through the university Angrao, so I joined Andhra Pradesh. So and he also asked about other questions in Odisha, like what were the major current at that time. The hockey tournament was there in Rourkela in Odisha. 2023, it was in January. The hockey tournament was there, and Odisha was the host for it. So he asked me about why India lost in that hockey tournament. What do you think? And why? And he also asked me about how tribals in Odisha can we why tribals in Odisha play sports more and they are less academic? So that also we had I had a prepared answer for that, so I said it. So this was basically the discussion. This was all the questions that was asked to me. So all in all, I feel one good thing is you should be prepared with good, solid answers and avoid giving generic answers. They really don't want generic answers. And it's moreover, it went on like a discussion. There was no question answer as such. So it went on like a very good, nice discussion, and they were laughing at my answers. I was also smiling, and that thing was happening. But I still feel I could have given much better answers. So if you're preparing, give some, prepare with solid answers. That's it.
Yes, yes, it was great, like to understand like how the different aspects of interview went on, and I believe that when they are like happy and all, I think that is also keeping that momentum, keeping them calm. Like you are also calm and they are also happy. That also like gives good.
Yes, one thing I also in all my I had given some 8 mock interviews, 8 or 9. I had given a lot of mock interviews, which is not necessary. Also, in all the mock interviews, they scored me 180 to 185 marks, and they told me that if I improve a bit, I can get 190 plus. But I did not do any improvement. I went like that only. So that is why I stuck to this 179 marks. I could have gotten better. So one thing is think before answering. I have a tendency, I'm very impatient in general, so I have a tendency of immediately, the moment they stop asking, the moment the question completes, I start answering. I did not take even a single moment to think, to structure my answers. So I was just, it felt like I was just saying it. The only thing that worked in my favor, I believe, is that saved me from getting 150 marks. Is because I was very confident. I'm generally, as such, a very confident person. I have this thing that I give wrong answers also with a lot of confidence, but don't do that. Don't bluff there. But I was very confident, and I was I was laughing with them and smiling with them. So I think that helped. You never know what helped actually, but yeah, that's
Yes, yes, yes. Because whenever we are like confident, then we are very frank. That's what people feel. And I think that would
yes,
uh,
yes. I
so
think that worked because my answers were not very good. My personality worked, I guess.
yes.
So yeah,
Yes, it's like at the end of the day, personality test, as they say.
yes, true.
Great. Um, so, like any aspirants, you want to ask some questions or like to get some idea or something, you can unmute and ask.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, how do we identify the important or relevant topics like in agriculture like for now, what will be the predictable topics asked by the interview? So, how do you identify them?
See, during my time, there was this. I had done. You have to do like everything because agriculture is something is a very hot topic. So this doubling farmers' income. Since the time it is there, the scheme has come. It is going on about it, and we have still not achieved it. So doubling farmers' income. The crop diversification question that he asked, in that also he had mentioned this. How do we plan to double farmers' income? That also he had included in that whole question of his. So that is one. Then there were farm laws at that time, so we had prepared well for it. All the hot topics of agriculture that is going on, latest news as such. If, for example, they will not go into very technical things. They will only ask this superficial things only, unless there's somebody has actually worked in agriculture or knows it particular about a particular pest or something or like that. Then I don't think they're going to go very deep into technical, and I don't think they also answer they also expect very technical questions. So please be thorough with all if you're all the allied activities of agriculture also, fisheries, honey, beekeeping, poultry, and everything. Please be thorough with your state, and district, your own state ke crops, the export import of agriculture, how can we double farmers' income? How is the regular questions? How is green revolution? How has green revolution exploited? About the GMO crops, about crop diversification. Now, though, there's a very hot topic of natural farming going on. Anybody from Andhra Pradesh? Natural Andhra Pradesh has done has enrolled some 7,000 farmers in natural farming scheme. So natural farming is a very hot topic that's going on. Uh, uh, and uh, so basically, take the supply chain of agriculture from input from the cost of land preparation to full to the consumer. All of it you can prepare all the stages, all the from processing, pre-harvest, post-harvest, everything. So that helps you cover the whole agriculture, cover the whole topic of agriculture. That you can do. Also, do not leave the post-harvest topics also, the value addition, food processing, how can perishable goods, how can we reduce the waste in agriculture, all of it. So I had covered all of it. Along with that, at that time they were matlab, when you are going for this mock interviews and all, they keep asking you a lot of other questions, so you get to know that, oh, such kind of questions can also be asked, so you be prepared for that also. All those things mix, do everything, do not leave anything. You don't know where it is going. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Ma'am, one more thing, that what do you refer for current affairs in agriculture? Do you refer any local magazine or?
No, no, no. No, I did not refer any magazine for current affairs. I did not. There was no. Only this thing I was doing. A newspaper only. Only one Hindu newspaper we are studying for everything. I was not referring. I did not refer any separate thing for agriculture. That was not the thing. I mostly did this only. I took the supply chain and I was like, everything I will cover like that.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Hmm. Okay.
One question, like I just remembered what I wanted to ask is, like, some students have got interviews like by January 10, 15, and somehow got up to
Hmm.
March 15. So they are confused, like how much they need because they have just not even 1 month, 20 days. Some have 2 months.
Uh, if you have so basic, if you're going now, just do your state and district very well. Do all the whatever. I'll say it again. The allied activities are also very necessary. They're definitely. I think if you are from agriculture and you have done that RAWE program and AELP, that attracts their eye. So I believe they will definitely ask your experience in that particular place. And I remember when we had discussed, sir, about my interview also, you had also told me that RAWE program is very important. So please be thorough with it. So that is very important. Be thorough with that. Be thorough with, if you have done any project or anything, they might ask. So be thorough with that. And as I told you, all the schemes of agriculture, please be whatever we are giving the farmers and how they are helping, and what are all the factors of agriculture. Also, as you have written mains, you must be aware of now. So you must be having a good knowledge of all the factors of agriculture. So do that also. How can, in terms of irrigation, in terms of pesticides, in terms of all those things, how you can better, how what can be reduced, solutions, problem solutions. Likewise, do that. And I think with respect to, as they had asked me why agriculture, you can also have a good answer on why did you take up agriculture or fisheries for that matter, or forestry for that matter, and not the mainstream subject. I think that also go through previous year transcripts. They are the most important. I used to do the previous agriculture ke transcripts. I did not get a lot actually, but you can go through the transcripts and do it, and attend a few mocks. Let see what kind of questions they are asking.
Yes, that will be like very useful. This RAWE program, now it is called Student Ready program. They have changed the name. And one
Okay.
thing I used to always like say, and which worked. So I said in the interview like that, sir, more than what, like they used to ask like, what did you teach or what did you do? Like last line, I said that more than what we, like I have taught them or what we have practiced, they taught me much more. So I ended up. So next question they asked like, what did you learn from the farmer? Something like that. So you can use this
Hmm.
maybe if they ask that question.
Yeah, yeah. Guide the interviewer in the direction you want them to take. That is a good strategy.
Yes. So it may not work always, but sometimes at least we
May
can.
not work always. Yeah, sometimes. True.
Yes, yes, great, great. So any other questions? You can just unmute and ask. Apsara, you have questions? You can ask, unmute, and madam is there, so she will guide you.
Sir, I have doubts regarding post-graduation questions.
Madam is also like you are from Tamil Nadu, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So madam is also in Tamil Nadu, so
Tamil Nadu.
uh,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
எங்க which place?
Ma'am, I'm from Sivakasi, ma'am.
Shivakasi or the Crackers place, huh?
Yes, ma'am. Near Madurai.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. You prepare your district well because it is famous for being crackers factory and all.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
fire accident.
Ma'am, I have doubt.
Post-graduation mean?
Ma'am,
Hmm.
post-graduation I have done in agriculture amatology in IARI, ma'am. Like
Hmm.
surrounding to Delhi, how I have to prepare because many monuments are there. Many, it is a very important place. So how much I have to prepare for that?
Because you've done it in IARI, so you're thinking you should be preparing Delhi. Oh, I that you cannot cover now all the monuments and all. I don't think I'm not. Just I had done my BSc agriculture in Andhra Pradesh, so I had only stuck to agriculture portion of Andhra Pradesh.
Okay, ma'am.
I did not even prepare the whole whole district of Andhra Pradesh in which I was or whole the place because somehow I thought if they ask anything, mostly I was very sure because they will ask me about agriculture only because all my mock interviews only they kept asking me about agri. So I was a little confident about that. Delhi is a very big deal. How much can you prepare about Delhi? It is open ended. So
Yes,
stick
ma'am.
to your subject majorly, I would say, and prepare
Okay, ma'am.
that properly. When is the interview?
Mine is on February 18th, ma'am.
Okay, so try as much you can prepare, but I would still suggest stick to most your subject. I'm hoping they will ask you from agriculture mostly only.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Hmm. Yes.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask that I have my interview on 24th of January, so I have months less time. So I should have focused
Hmm.
on more on agriculture, or alongside I should also do my GS part, means current affairs and all that from GS.
Current affairs, please do. Do not leave out the current affairs at any cost. And mostly, I believe they will ask the current affairs of the last 15 days or the very important current affairs. You divide your time
Yes.
accordingly. 3 hours in a day or something. You just sit and do this. What you do, take out. I think Forum IS and all they come out with some hot topics of current affairs. So I
Yes.
remember during my time, Forum IS had given some 50 topics. So we used to sit with our friends. We used to sit for 3 hours and prepare answers, opinions for that
Yes.
in favor and against. So you do that, practice that. Mostly they will ask the major current affairs. Mostly that. And that also depends on board. Like during my time, Chaubes sir asked something on a different level only. But then he gave good marks to that person, even if he could not answer a lot of questions. So what matters is actually your personality. So handle the current affairs questions well in terms of if they're asking you any opinion based questions, na, and you actually have an opinion, don't try to balance Don't try to say, be diplomatic about your opinion and say, try to become very balanced and take a middle ground. If you have a strong opinion about it, you can put it forth. There's no problem in that. Please do not at any cost leave current affairs. Okay, just do the hot topics at least. And agriculture is the for sure. So give a major portion. A major portion of your time to I would say to agriculture.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Hmm.
So any more questions? Chandan, Shreyas, Vikram, or even Apsara, you can like ask some questions, like you will get some perspective. Then you can work on like all the questions you cannot. It's not possible.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Vikram, ma'am. My interview is scheduled on 20th of January, ma'am. So
20th
actually,
of
I
Jan.
wanted to
Okay.
ask. Yes, ma'am. Actually, I got little time. So one question I wanted to ask, ma'am, like if they have asked recently, there is a debate again. The farmers protest have been around the corner, ma'am.
Hmm.
They might ask that the legalization of MSP issue is again around the corner, ma'am. Like on
Hmm.
these issues, ma'am, what kind of stand we can take, ma'am? Like you had said that
Okay.
whatever we feel, we should take a stand.
So what do you think we should do? Actually, what do you think? Should we legalize MSP?
Ma'am, actually, I don't think that we should legalize MSP
Great.
on
That's the
directly on the base
answer.
value. That's
That's the answer. We cannot legalize MSP. We cannot legalize कर देंगे तो भाई it is a great burden, huge burden on our state exchequer. So that also MSP is being enjoyed by only 6% of the farmers according to some committee's report I remember. So
yes,
it's
ma'am.
not that everybody is getting the benefits of it. So we cannot legalize MSP at this point of our economy, Indian economy. We can't do that. And because you believe you can't do that, so you go ahead with that because you will justify whatever you're saying. So if they ask you live-in relationships during our time, the live-in relationship was going on a lot at that time. So certain people told me that because they are old people, if you say no to live-in relationships, they'll be happy. But if you say yes, they are old people, they're old school people, so they will take it badly. There's nothing like that. ऐसा नहीं है. If you have good justifications and good reasons, and they can ask you on those reasons again. So if you can justify, if you believe it, then only say it. And legalizing MSP is a very difficult job. We cannot do that right now. Actually, we cannot do that. So it's fine. Go for a no.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Then again, like simultaneously, we can get the situation based or like case studies they might be asking them, like how we have to handle those protests and all.
Acha, situation based questions, I didn't get any, but during just say there was this question ki you will be district magistrate and there's a drug abuse happen, the substance abuse happening, and what will you do? And the police is hand in hand with that with the drug peddlers. So what do you do? Where do you get your intelligence from and all of that? So the answer to that was ki I will talk to the village level officials to get the intelligence where it is happening because they will be aware of it in their areas where it is the hotspots and all of that. So situation based questions, your first of all, as I actually was on a panel for a mock interview, I was taking asking questions. So there was this retired IAS officer of Tamil Nadu cadre. So she was sitting next to me. So I asked her, what do you expect, ma'am, in such situation based questions? What do you expect? She said, we know that you don't know the administration, how it works. So you will obviously not be knowing what all officials are there or how does it work. So we are just expecting you to be confident and say what you think. We just want to know what you are thinking. Say it wrong. I know you don't know anything. How many village level officials are there? How will you know?
Yes, ma'am.
Tackle the situation based questions in a way that there will be a solution. They are not expecting ki, oh, you just find a solution for them and give it to them. So that's not happening. Try to think. Take a moment. Always, if you're in a situation based question now, take a moment and then think it properly. How you can say it better. Don't be like me. Don't just blabber the answer. Take a moment, structure your answer, and say it well. And if you're feeling that they're poking you and grilling you and all of that, just go with the flow. Don't lose the confidence. The moment you lose the confidence, that's why they're asking. Okay, so I'm seriously telling you, for everybody, it is actually the test of personality. If you give good answers, great, but at least have the good confidence that you should have. But just don't bluff. That's it.
Okay. Ma'am,
Mm.
another one question, ma'am. Ma'am, you have
Mm.
told that we should not give much of the generic answer, ma'am. Like, do you
Mm.
mean to say that we have to give data or something like that, ma'am?
No, no, not exactly data. What I was, जैसे he asked me कि we are trying to do doubling a farm, we are trying to double farmers' income, but we have not been able to achieve that. So what do you think we can do along with the exploitation of resources? So I just said crop diversification. But he was like, crop diversification is there. It's a very generic answer. You just write it, and everybody knows crop diversification. You are an agriculture graduate, so give him some example how it has helped, how crop diversification or how contract farming or how anything has particular thing has helped actually a farmer, or how you have seen it happening, how you can scale it. Which any part. What I'm trying to tell you is give him a solid solution, not data or stats or something. Nobody expects data or stats. They also don't remember it. You also don't remember it. So don't break your head over data and stats. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Okay, got
Okay.
it. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
So the like the aspects Sushri said about that 6% is like Shanta Kumar committee.
Shantakumar committee. Yes.
So maybe what I feel like you can say, sir, maybe to be a balanced or something. In the short run, this may be a good strategy, like you may give MSP or something. But in long run, this is not going to help. Whatever like infrastructure and assets we build, that will help us in long run. Just spending money on directly on these things. It may be given only maybe in situations like some flood or disaster or something like that. In maybe like that, I feel so. You can think.
That this is a nice answer. Short term, long term, yeah. Yes.
Yes, thank you. So, like, I think this is like basics. This session will end like now, 40 minutes only. This is there.